How plants can help us to understand what's not working with our work. I have a lot of discussions with people about their work. They often come to me when things aren't working for them. When you're in that situation, as you may well be now, it's not always easy to see the wood from the trees. I've been there myself. I love to use metaphors to simplify things and to help clients break things down into their own component parts. One of my favourite metaphors to help clients understand why they aren't happy at work is to imagine themselves as a plant. I'm going to share it with you here. So you are a plant and you are growing in a pot of some kind. The pot represents your role. The pot is positioned in a certain location which represents the environment that you're working in. Furthermore, as a plant, you need the right amount and type of nurturing and nourishment to enable you to grow and flourish. Without this, you will wither and ultimately not survive. So let's explore each part further and see what we can learn from plants about what's not working with your work and identify what you may need instead to be able to thrive. You are the plant. You are a unique plant. Okay, there may be others that are similar to you with similar backgrounds, qualifications, personalities, values and aspirations, but you are a unique combination of all of these components. For most plants, there is not necessarily one unique set of circumstances required for survival, but there may be certain conditions that are more favourable than others. You may have been fortunate so far and found yourself in ideal situations, but you may also need to learn what does and doesn't make you happy or what helps you to succeed. This could also evolve or change throughout your working life. The pot is your role. Okay, so continuing with this plant metaphor, the pot represents your role. Either you are in a pot right now, or maybe you're in between pots. And this could be through choice, redundancy, or other circumstances. For example, study, maternity leave, or another career break. It could be through ill health, anything like that. Your pot, current or target, could be any number of different colours, shapes, and sizes. It could be made of diverse materials, glass, crockery, plastic. It could be traditional or modern, fancy or plain. Your pot may even be a repurposed old boot or a toilet. Your pot may suit you very well. It might be just the right size and shape with enough room to develop and grow without you feeling overwhelmed. Sometimes you know instinctively that you're in the right kind of role, or perhaps you've worked so hard to get here that you want to stay here, for now at least. But sometimes your pot is not serving you well. Maybe it used to, but it doesn't anymore. Maybe you've outgrown your pot and need something bigger in which to develop and grow. Or maybe, if you're honest, it's never really felt right. Other times you might just need a different type of pot altogether. Your location is your environment. Your pot is positioned somewhere and this represents your work environment. This could represent the organisation, the culture, the values, or maybe the specific team that you operate within. Now, different types of plants grow in different environments all over the world. If we're considering indoor environments only, these could be more easily created or replicated in different locations too. However, not all plants can grow just anywhere. Different plants not only prefer certain locations, but may actually need them to be able to survive and thrive. Some organisations could feel like the best fit ever for you. In others, you wouldn't even be able to complete your probation period or even make it through the door. You may be in the right pot, role, but the location isn't working for you. Maybe you're in the sun when you need the shade, or vice versa. Maybe you need dry heat or coolness, or humidity. Some locations might serve you well at a point in time, but maybe you've outgrown them or them you, and now it's time to move on. Being able to recognise this can be key. Taking the action you need can be a whole other story. The nurturing is the support that you need. Plants often differ in the amounts and type of care that they need. Some may need consistent maintenance, requiring a lot of attention in terms of watering and replanting and pruning, etc. Others may thrive better when simply left alone. This may differ by plant type, but could also change at different life phases too. You may be someone that likes or needs their manager to be engaged and supportive and interested and encouraging. Alternatively, you may prefer to be left alone to get on in your own way with minimum direction or fuss. This can also be situational and relate to time in the role at the organisation, etc. So how to work out what's not working and what you need instead. So all the different components, the pot, the location, the care, may well be working out brilliantly for you. If and when everything aligns, then this can be fantastic. But if not, it may be time to look around for something else. A different role, a fresh environment, a different kind of manager. Hopefully you've heard enough about this metaphor that now this is all making some sense to you. If you now know what to do, then that's great. I'm glad to have been of assistance. If you feel like you need some help figuring it all out for you, then contact me for your free career strategy discussion. This can also be situational and relate to time in the role at the organisation, etc. You are a plant and you're growing in a pot of some kind. The pot represents your role. Your pot is positioned in a certain location, which represents the environment that you're working in. As a plant, you need the right amount and type of nurturing and nourishment to enable you to grow and flourish. Without this, you'll wither and ultimately not survive. Things could be working out just fine for you right now at work, but maybe it's not as rosy as you'd like. Take the time to think about the different components and work out what it is you need.